Good morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, folks. I'm Ivy Dude Zero. It's time for you to kick off those shoes, sit back, relax, make yourself at home. It's time to enjoy some Game Dev Tycoon. So, this is it's actually a few years old now. I think it came out, maybe like 3-4 years ago. But, essentially it is it's a game where you are a game developer. You start out as you can see on the screen here, we're in like a garage looking thing, so anyway, I've played through this game a bit before, but I really enjoy it, and I've been playing through it again lately, so I decided that I'd put some of it on the channel. So, let's start a new game off here, so welcome! Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. So, like I said, essentially you start your own game development company, so there's a lot of naming in this game, so it's gonna be... oh, God. Anyway, before you can start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. So, for this, gonna do blah, blah, blah. We're gonna name it the yeah, Cap Studios. Our player is going to be Jesse. And I'm blonde. Well, kinda. I mean, that. My hair's gotten a lot darker as I've gotten older, but I'm still pretty much blonde, I think. So we'll make him blonde. And oh yeah, sweater vest, doing it. Alright, since you played the game before, you can choose to use all previously gained hints in this new game. Would you like to import all previously gained hints in the game? Yeah, we're not going to. We'll make this a little bit of a challenge. So, if you ever want to review the tutorial messages, and you can do so in the help menu to access the help menu, or other features such as saving, loading, and creating a game, simply press escape to access the main menu. Okay. Congratulations, you just started your own game development company. At the moment, your office is in a garage, and you are the only employee, but don't worry, many successful businesses have started out this way. We even have a little DeLorean in the garage with us. Yeah, nice, right? Let's start developing your future game. Close this message and click anywhere on the screen to bring up the action menu. Develop new game. Before development can begin, you have to decide what kind of game you want to create and give your game a name. You can also select which graphic technology your game should use. Your options are initially limited, but once you have a bit of experience, you'll be able to unlock new options. So, pick the... what do we have? So we have Game Dev, Wild West, City, and Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, yes please. Genre... I mean, I'm an RPG guy, so we'll do that. Platform, PC, always. I mean, basically, so with the screen is, I'll tell you a little bit about it first before I just click off it, but, so we have the G64 and the PC. The G64 is essentially a Commodore 64. But essentially, you pick the platform you want it to be on. The development cost will be different between the two, and there's also different market shares, so, you know, I mean, it's like games are today. There's going to be a larger market share on console gaming. Well, I guess today, maybe not. I guess I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically, you know, you have the different market shares, you know, basically how popular the system is to use. And then usually the less market shared ones have a smaller dev cost, which essentially means you can make cheaper games for them. But yeah, so I always do PC games just because I'm a PC gamer, so I guess I'm a little biased on that one. But anyway, we're having Cyberpunk RPG. Let's go Light Blades. Alright, do I want this to be a text-based RPG, or do I want it to be 2D graphics? I'm thinking probably 2D. I mean, I guess when I envision that, I think of like Atari or graphics, you know, something like that. It's something real low res. I mean, it's not like you can really tell what's going on anyway, but game development runs through 3 stages. At the beginning of each stage, you can decide the areas of the game you want to focus on. Picking the right focus for your game greatly increases the points you generate. Now, think about what areas are important for your game and decrease the focus on areas you think are less important. If you want to read a brief description of the different areas, please refer to the help menu. So, got engine, gameplay, and stories and quests. So it's an RPG, so obviously we need to put a little bit more time into our story and quest line and that kind of stuff. So probably the engine needs a little bit more work. Gameplay can probably go down a bit. That's a decent time allocation. So then, as you're playing this, you get game development has now started. While developing your game, you will generate game points, which you can see bubbling up. Game points are divided into design points and technology points. The more points you generate, the better the game will be. From time to time, there will also be bug points generated. These points become less likely once you gain experience. Bugs should be fixed before the game is released to increase development time and cost. So, development stage 2 will need dialogue, needs to be good in an RPG. Level design, less so. But we also... decent AI is always a good thing to have, in my opinion. Granted, when I'm making these things, you know, just because of the day and age, the things that I have in mind when I'm making these things, you know, modern day games, you know, which, you know, like Skyrim, Fallout, that kind of stuff, like even the older ones, is kind of what I have in mind whenever I'm, you know, thinking up these games, which is probably way off. I mean, like I said earlier, it's probably like Atari graphics, but during development, you can also select additional features for your game. Right now, you can only pick basic sounds, but your options will increase quickly. Selecting additional features make the game generally better, but also increase its cost. You will also see the graphic type you selected when you define the game. This is just to remind you of your choice. You cannot change the type of graphics mid-game, which is probably for good reason. So graphics are not going to be important. World design, not real important, but we'll crank up some sounds, because, I mean, I don't know. Sounds are good to have in an RPG, especially one that has, you know, it's more of a strictly RPG, you know, less action, less, you know, visual things, but if it sounds good, that can really make a great game. Granted, this isn't a horror game, so, I mean, it's not as important as it would be there, but the development of your first game is now complete. You can press Finish button to publish your game, but you should only do that once you fix the majority of bugs. Releasing a game without fixing, good lord, without fixing bugs can severely affect your ratings, so you should only ever consider that if you need your cash and can't afford to wait. So, yeah, as you can see there, he's fixing the bugs on his own, and now we're just waiting. He'll also get me some more design and technology as we go, but the longer I wait, the more that means that I'm not getting money from it. And, you know, every week, or every 4 weeks, I pay a monthly cost for living. So, see if we can get one more technology out of this. Make it even. Satisfy my OCD. Whatever. Alright, so then you finish the game, and the development of your game is now finished. While developing games, you gain experience and improve your skills. When development is completed, you'll be presented with a summary of experience gained. So, we get bonuses for new topics, new combos. So, you know, like mixing, you know, like a cyberpunk with an RPG would be a combo. So, mixing that combo versus, you know, like doing like an action cyberpunk or whatever, and then new topic would be, you know, like your cyberpunk, game dev, Wild West, all that kind of stuff they have. So you can choose to trash the game and just keep, you know, the experience you gain from it, or you can put it up if you think that it would be good. So I did good judgment. The game is now complete and will be handed off to publishing. You should see reviews of sales coming in for the game soon. Okay, there we go. And now we wait. Game review. First reviews of new release game. Lightblade came in. Lightblades. So the beginning ratings aren't going to be that great. Typically anyway, they're not going to be. But hey, if I get 5s across the board, I'll actually be pretty happy with that. Oh, shouldn't forget about graphic. You know what? It's an RPG. They need better sounds. After publishing your game, you can invest a little bit of time to analyze your creation and generate a game report. Game reports are a great way to gain research points as well as valuable insights into what works and what doesn't work when developing a game. To generate a game report, close this message and click anywhere on the screen to bring up the action menu. So, go here, generate game report. So, select this one. It cost me $47K to make the game, so hopefully we'll make that back. Cap Studios, a newcomer to the game industry, has just released their first game, Light Blades. The game received favorable reviews with such a good start. Cap Studios are sure to gain fans quickly. Okay, so the analysis told me that Cyberpunk and RPG is a great combination. Stories and quests seem to be very important for this game type, which yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. Game reports are a way to gain more research points and insights. It'll also tell me, yada yada, basically tells me what works well together, what sells well. Alright, anyway, so we can start development on a new game, or we can research, so we can use our research points, get new topics, or we don't have enough to get the game engine, but that's what I would want to get. So we'll go ahead and just start a new game here. Wild West, why not? We'll have this one. Wild West, what do you think? Action adventure? Action adventure? Because that's, you know, there's the greatest all-encompassing genre of games. Good lord, the ever vague action adventure game. So Wild West game, what should we call it? Hot Brass. Brass is what bullet casings are made out of, for those who don't know. We'll have this one be actually a text-based adventure here. Or action, I guess. It's going to be very imaginative. It's going to be interesting how a text-based game works with an action game, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, stories and quests, not as needed. Need good gameplay. The engine can kind of be neutral here. And we'll see what that gets us. I mean, some of the decisions that I'm making on this is more or less arbitrary, but we don't really need much dialogue in an action game. AI can go down a bit, because it's not really like there's going to be much AI. Level design needs to be good, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess as far as I can tell, that's what would seem to do well. Recent market studies suggest that the Govador's G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and the flexible hardware configuration over the home computers. Well, fine. Experts say this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers. See, it's funny because we know how things actually worked out. Anyway, we don't need sounds necessarily. We want a good world design, and graphics obviously don't need to be that great in a text-based adventure. So far this game hasn't gotten me, well, I guess now that we're getting a little bit more design technology, we might actually get up to where we were in the last one, but we are not exactly doing as well in this one, it doesn't look like, but whatever. Before I put any more bugs in the game, let's finish it up. According to rumors, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for widely successful arcade game Dinky King. Many industry experts doubt the home gaming console will take off, but we are eager to see what Ninvento will deliver. Again, it is kind of funny because, I mean, that's, to the best of my knowledge, that's actually what people thought back when, you know, when these things were happening and whatnot. So it is kind of funny to be able to look back and, you know, see how wrong some of those projections were. Alright, so let's release this game here. Come on, 6. Yeah! We got our first 6! 6? Yeah! This one actually did a little better than I was expecting it to, actually, so I'm okay with that. Alright. So we're actually doing pretty well. It's, get us quite a bit in revenue. So, anyway, I think it was 50. Well, I need to generate a game report first. I mean, shoot, I think we have already pulled a Yeah, we've already pulled a profit on this game, and it's not even close to being done being sold, so that's actually not bad. Post-release analysis. Wild West and action is a good combination. Stories and quests seem to not be so important. Cool. We're 5 research away. The simulations. Get it to take off the sims. Yeah, that's basically all I'm going to be doing when I'm naming these games. Is a lot of the times it'll just be, let's get a good engine here, good gameplay, stories and quests can go away. A lot of what I name these is just based on, ripping off of games, parodying them. Industry news today, Invento has confirmed recent rumors and announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called TESS early next year. The console features cartridge-based games and a uniquely designed controller. And, I used to play. My dad bought a Nintendo back when they were first coming out, and my brother and I used to play it all the time. So, oh boy, the Nintendo brings back a lot of memories for me. AI can go down, dialogues can go down quite a bit as well. Yeah, they're about there. Level design needs to be the biggest thing in a sim game, I think, but I don't know. In that one, it's kind of hard to say because none of those things seem real important. 63,000 sales is good. None of those things seem real important in a sim type game. World design, graphics, and sounds. I guess put them about there. I don't know. All right, new record. So we got some good design in there. So skip through all this, and hey, we leveled up in our world design. So let's release this game, and now we wait with bated breath. 7. Wow, that's a good start. 8. All right, we did that one pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. That's way better than I normally do right off the bat. So, hi there, I've just finished the simulations, and I'm impressed by your talent. I'm contracting business who would like to use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know, and I'll have some work for you. Jason. Yep, so now we can do contracts. See available contracts with a message, then click anywhere on the screen. Yep, so that's going to be find contract work right there. So, but we need to 7.5 is our score on that one's good. So let's get a game report going on that one. Then we can finally get that custom game engine. So the Simulations has achieved a company sales record of over 10K units sold. This is an important milestone in the history of Cap Studios. Today, the new game platform TESS by Invento has been released. Sweet. Our post-release analysis of the simulations is complete, and we got the following results. City in the simulation, great. Level design seems to be quite important. Platform genre match, PC and simulation is great. Sweet, yeah, so by that, I just happened to pick all the right things for that one to make it do well, so pretty happy about that. But anyway, I'm going to cut this video there. So anyway, time to slip those shoes back on. It's closing time. So thank you folks so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like for me just so I know. Subscribe if you want. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.